Crime is wickedness. Crime is greed. Crime destroys families. Crime divides nations. Welcome to the channel, guys. The state's evidence on accused number 2's cell phone is really not making show. Take a listen.
But this phone, eventually it ends up where?
Yes. Well, it eventually is confiscated and is taken to for analysis.
When is confiscated?
The 8th of February.
And accused number 2 says it never happened that way.
Yes.
But then, okay, fine. And then it goes where this phone? After the 8th of February. When does it go?
Goes to Middleburg for
it's downloaded.
Yes, where it's downloaded, after some time.
But accused number 2, does he admit that that is his phone? Or he says he knows nothing about the phone?
Well, my recollection is
because it must have an IEMI number.
Yes.
So does he say it's not his phone?
He does admit that it's his phone.
Okay.
But he says the police confiscated the phone and that it was in the possession of the police all the time. So, the issues that are really in dispute is who had the phone, in whose possession was the cell phone. That's
no. The first thing, whose cell phone is that?
Well, from the propositions that were put to the witness Sergeant Mkhani is that this was indeed the accused's phone.
Does he admit that it is his phone?
Yes.
All he says is that it was never found on him.
Well, he says from the 16th, after his arrest, it was not in his possession.
When does he say the phone was found in his possession, if ever?
Yes. Well, he says upon his arrest, it was confiscated.
Okay.
And from then on, it was not in his possession.
Okay. So I suppose you put sections. What?
Yes.
Section 13. Not 13.
2 and 3. 2 and 3.
Not 2 and 3. When the phone is put into this, the
SAP 13, yes.
SAP 13.
Yes.
What does the SAP 13 say?
Well, they did request that information. We gave it to them.
Fine. But
yes.
What does it say?
There's no record of that phone being entered into the SAP 13.
Is that the problem? Where was it kept, in other words?
So, we are saying, once again, it shows that the accused had it in his possession
because
all the time.
Because it's not in the records?
Yes.
When is it put into SAP 13? When, if ever?
Yes, it was never put in the SAP 13.
Even when it was taken to Bumalanga?
Well, in Mpumalanga, when it was handed in for analysis, it was booked into the SAP 13.
Where was it taken from?
It was taken from, as we said, my lord, it was found in possession of the accused on the 8th of February 2021. It is then at Villara Police Station. It is then confiscated and then taken for analysis at DPCI.
Where was it taken to the DPCI?
On the 8th of February.
On the same date?
Yes.
Allegedly found in the possession of the accused?
Yes. So,
okay, fine.
As I say, in a nutshell, my lord, the accused says it's his cell phone, but he says the police confiscated it on the 16th of June 2021 when he was arrested. The police have denied that. They said, we never confiscated his cell phone. So the narrow issues are simply who had the cell phone from the 16th of June 2021 until the 8th of February 2021.
Okay,
so 16th June 2020.
Fine. If you does not meet it, fine. You can recite all those numbers. But then, does it matter if he says, for instance, the shortest way I can say about this evidence, if he says it was never in his possession, why should you go through all this information about the movement of the phone? Well, what is going to be shown by that?
Hence we say, my lord, if Mr. Ramsepil is prepared to admit this exhibit, we can simply then dispose off with the rest of the evidence, and we then admit that the tower information that is reflected in this exhibit is what it purports to be, and we then step off from this topic.
He doesn't admit it. Is that not so? Mr. Ramsepil, you don't. Okay, let's recite it. Because we can't discover the spaceship, where it went to.
Okay.